the new food stamp rules in November you need to know about, as millions will be losing benefits. I'm going to tell you all the details here in this short video of what these new rules are, who they impact, who needs to know about this, and what happens if you don't follow the rules. I can tell you this much, it's not going to be a pretty day. Either way, let's talk through the details of this, and this is aside from the food stamp crisis of November that we've been talking about in great detail recently in separate videos. A lot going on around food stamps right now. Let's jump into the details. All right, so I only want to focus on the new rules here in this video. Obviously, I want to talk about the food stamp crisis, which I have been covering extensively in other videos and in dedicated live streams. But let's just focus on the new rules here in this video right here, because that's what I said I'm going to do, so that's what I'm going to do. All right. Okay, so let's rewind back to the summer of 2025. So obviously I'm filming this video in the end of 2025, so that's still this year, but it was over the summer. There was a big multi-trillion-dollar piece of legislation called the OBBB, which was signed into law by the president on the 4th of July. Within that, there were a bunch of new rules and parameters for the food stamp program, otherwise known as Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Some people call it SNAP, some people call it EBT, whatever you call it, it's all referring to the same thing. But the new rules are now in effect as of November. So a few days ago when we rolled over to November, obviously I'm filming this video in the first few days here of November. So if you're watching the replay on this, that's okay. Honestly, these rules will be in effect indefinitely. In other words, forever is how long these are going to be in effect, okay? So you got to know about this. I'm going to break it down. I've been getting a bunch of questions about this, and I need you to understand this because, as I said at the beginning of the video, millions of people will be losing benefits because of these new rules, okay? You gotta love the rules, right? Not who likes rules. Drop a comment down below and say, I love rules, or I despise rules, or you can say whatever you want. I don't like rules, okay? Anyway, let me know if you like rules or not. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, I'm just kind of interested. Okay, anyway, here are the new rules. Number one is the work requirements. This is a big one. This catches a lot of people off guard. Let me tell you the details on this. Okay, the new rule is anybody between the ages of 18 and 64, 18 through 64, so basically under the age of 65 is what this comes down to, okay? I want to say that in a couple different ways to really kind of emphasize who this pertains to. But between the ages of 18 through 64 must fulfill the work requirements of 80 hours per month or 20 hours per week if you are an ABAWD individual. In other words, able-bodied adult without dependents is what that stands for, okay? Now, more on that in just a second, because I know that a lot of you here in the community who maybe have a disability between the ages of 18 and 64, or who are 65 plus, have questions on this. Hang tight. I'm going to answer those questions in just a second, okay? Anyway, this only pertains to those people that are between the ages of 18 through 64 who are considered ABAWD, able-bodied adults without qualifying dependents. They would need to fulfill, again, 20 hours per week of work or work-related like training, education training, volunteering, or just straight up working. 20 hours per week, 80 hours per month is what this new requirement is, okay? So that's that. Now, let me answer the questions really quickly that I see down below a lot, which is, I'm just going to throw some random numbers out, okay? But again, I see these questions, they come in all the time. They say something like the following. I'm 42, I have a disability. Do I need to work? No. I'm 65, I have a disability. Do I need to work? No. I'm 65, I'm able-bodied. Do I need to work? No. I'm 72. I don't have a disability. I'm 72. Do I need to work? No. I'm 36 with a dependent. I'm able-bodied. My dependent is 6 years old. Do I need to work? No. Okay? But you might be thinking, I'm so confused about this. Why? Let me explain again really quickly here. And again, I know this is confusing. If this is still confusing after I explain it, drop a comment down below. I'd be happy to jump on a live stream with you and talk about this in real time. Okay, here's what it comes down to. If you are 65 or over, disability or not, doesn't matter, you are exempt. 65 and over, you're exempt. You do not need to do this. Why? simply as a function of your age, okay? I know age is sensitive for some people. I'm just giving you the rules here, okay? I'm just telling you the rules. Okay, if you are 65 or above, you do not need to fulfill the work requirement because age alone would disqualify you from the age requirement, or sorry, from the work requirement, okay? So for that reason alone, you are exempt from fulfilling the work requirement, okay? 65 plus, you're good. Don't worry about this if you're 65 plus. Let's say that you are 62 with a disability. You're technically within the age range between the ages of 18 and through 64. If you're, say, 62 or 61 or 63 or 64 or 60 or 59, literally doesn't matter. If you're any age between that age range and you have a disability, do you need to fulfill the work requirement? Again, the answer is no. You are exempt. Why? Your disability would basically exempt you from the work requirement, okay? I'm just going to say this. Somebody with a disability is not considered able-bodied. That's how they have the definition. Able-bodied is somebody absent of a disability. Somebody with a disability is not considered able-bodied according to this definition, okay? I'll tell you my example. For me, personally, I am between the ages of 18 and 65. I am between that age range, okay? I am exempt. Why? Disability. You might be thinking, what's your disability? I'm blind. Many of you in this community know this about me. I have retinitis pigmentosa. My vision has been slowly depleting over a long period of time. I can barely see bright lights. I have a very bright light where the camera sits, and I try to stare at the bright light the whole time. It literally just fries my eyes for like 10 minutes straight. I think I'm looking at it most of the time. Sometimes I don't know. I honestly can't really see it for the most part. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Anyway, long story short, you don't really care. I can't see. So therefore, I have a disability. I'm blind, right? So therefore, in my example, I am between the ages, but I have a disability, therefore exempt from the work requirement. Does that make sense? Okay. Same goes to anybody with a disability. Doesn't matter your age. If you have a disability, you are exempt from the work requirement. Make sense? Okay. So that's another question that I get all the time, which is another one following up here is, I'm able-bodied, but I have a dependent. The answer is, well, let's look into the situation of the age of your dependent, okay? Here's why I say the age of your dependent. The old rule was any person under the age of 18, so 17 and under was the old rule, qualified as a dependent. That is no longer considered a dependent by the new definition of dependent for food stamps, okay? The new definition for a dependent on food stamps is 13 and under. 13 and under. If you have a dependent, again, a kid, a child, whatever, 14 and above, that no longer qualifies you as having a qualifying dependent to make you exempt from the work requirement. Let me throw down a couple really fast examples here. Again, fill in your age with whatever, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to throw down some quick examples here, okay? Assuming all the people in my examples I'm about to give are able-bodied, okay? As in, they are absent, they do not have a disability. Okay, somebody is 36 with a 8-year-old dependent. They're exempt. Dependent is under the age of 14. 13 and under, 8-year-old in this example, exempt. Somebody who's 42 with a 14-year-old. Sorry, no longer exempt, because your 14-year-old is no longer considered a dependent with the new rule, okay? You're 37 with a 15-year-old. Again, you're not exempt. Your 15-year-old is no longer considered a dependent. You're 49 with a 10-year-old. You're exempt. Why? The 10-year-old is under the age of 14. That is a qualifying dependent. You see how this is confusing? Exactly. Okay, that's why this is so confusing. Again, I just gave some random ages there to throw out just to give you some examples on this, but that's what that is. Think of it this way. If you have a kid who is under the age of 14, 13 or under, you may be exempt. And the reason that I say may is, well, obviously I don't know the rest of your story. I'm just saying, and again, your age doesn't really matter in this case. If you have a dependent, regardless of your age, it doesn't really matter. If your dependent is 13 or under, that makes somebody exempt from the work requirement. Does that make sense? Okay. And again, regardless of your age, if you have a dependent, your youngest dependent, again, by the way, you could have here's another one example. I've had this one come out as well. Let me throw this example out really fast. I just thought of it. Let's say that you have two dependents, okay? You have a 15-year-old and a 10-year-old. Okay, the 15-year-old, not considered a dependent, but guess what? You got a 10-year-old who is a dependent. You're exempt. Make sense? Okay? All you need is one qualifying dependent under the age of 14, so 13 and under, to make you exempt from the work requirement. Are you confused yet? Yeah, exactly. No wonder why so many people are confused about this. And again, why I wanted to come back in this video here to explain the details on this and really just jump through the details of these new rules. But these are the two big ones we really need to be worried about. Again, the age range, 18 through 64, must fulfill work requirement 20 hours per week, 80 hours per month, provided that person is not disabled. If you're disabled, you don't have to do anything. If you're disabled, you do not have to do a single thing with the work requirement. You are 100% exempt from all of it, okay? If you're able-bodied and you're between the age range, but yet you have a dependent, what we need to do is examine the age of your dependent. 13 and under, you're exempt. 14 and above, no longer exempt. Make sense? Okay? Can be very, very confusing, which is why I wanted to make you this dedicated video. These new rules are fully in effect. They started on Saturday, November 1st, and they're going to be in full effect, well, indefinitely. What that means is forever. Forever. These new rules will be in effect unless lawmakers come back at some point in the future. It's not going to happen soon, I'll tell you that much. In the next handful of years, they may reduce these work requirements at some point. I don't think it's going to happen for at least, well, the next 4 to 5 years at least. I'm just saying, okay? At a minimum, at least. They may leave these rules forever. I'm just saying, okay? These are the new rules. Want to point this out for you. These are the kind of the major rules that are out there. Obviously, there's some other little nuances within these rules we could talk about, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want this video to get too overwhelming, too confusing on this. Drop your comments down below. If you have exact situations that you want clarification on, please drop your comments down below. I will do my very best to answer those for you. Otherwise, I will come back in a dedicated video or a dedicated live stream, and I can certainly talk about those in greater detail for you. No problem whatsoever. Let me know what I can do for you, okay? I'm here for you. I totally get it. It's a very weird, confusing, uncertain time right now. I get it, okay? I totally understand that. Let me know what else I can do for you. Otherwise, if you're new here, if this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe, 100% free, big subscribe button down below. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate it. You don't have to, but I appreciate it if you do. And I will continue to bring you daily updates, videos, live streams, whatever it happens to be. I am back multiple times a day, 7 days a week, every single day. I have been for 6 years, and I don't anticipate going anywhere anytime soon, okay? Anyway, I'll continue to keep you posted with everything going on. Please subscribe. Otherwise, quick little side note, if you're on Medicare, we are still within Medicare annual enrollment. It's only open for a few more weeks. You could cross this off your list literally in a matter of minutes. I have a super fast and easy, simple process for you. A 3-step process. Grab your red, white, and blue Medicare card. Number 2, grab your phone. Number 3, call Chapter right there. They will do all the work. No work required on your behalf. Call Chapter right there. They will do it. You answer a couple very fast, easy questions that they're going to ask you. They're going to go to work doing the rest, and then literally it's your decision at that point, okay? They do that service completely for free. You can see it right there. Free Medicare help. Free Medicare help. I love free stuff, and I want to help you out here in this community with anything for free, just like these videos. They're all free. Live streams, they're all free. Leaving comments down below, they're all free. Hitting the like button, all free. Sharing the video, totally free. Calling Chapter, totally free. I love free stuff. It's my favorite 4-letter word that starts with an F. Trying to be funny. Sorry. That is actually kind of funny, right? It's pretty funny right there. All right, anyway, I hope this helps you. Again, please, if you are on Medicare, do yourself a favor. Get this out of the way. We've only got a few weeks to go. And the last couple weeks of annual enrollment, they're going to get hammered, absolutely hammered with phone calls. Get in front of the line, skip the line, get in front of everybody else who's procrastinating. Get this off your plate. Call Chapter. Phone number's there. Bring your Medicare card when you call them. And in a matter of minutes, you can have your 2026 planning totally done and off your plate and out of the way. All right, anyway, Please enjoy your day. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks again. Subscribe if you've not done so. Share the video. Otherwise, stay tuned. I'll keep you posted. A lot more going on. I will continue to keep you posted with this. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you later.